On a count of three. 1, 2, 3. SHAZAM! That was a good SHAZAM from you.
Thank you. Well, if you're here on our video, you should know that I am Brandi.
And I'm Wes.
Oh, this is gonna be a long video.
When a vengeful trio of ancient
Pause.
gods... Okay.
I just need people to know we are talking about SHAZAM, the
Fury
fury
of the gods.
of the gods.
Is it the Fury or is it Fury?
It's fury.
Thank you. When a vengeful trio of ancient gods arrives on Earth in search of the magic stolen from them long ago, SHAZAM and his allies get thrust into battle for their superpowers, their lives, and the fate of the world.
I actually think that is a really good log line. You know, some don't really tell you anything. It's like Martha arrives, Bill left. Drama ensues. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, what is that about? It was lighthearted, it was comedic, and it was all about family!
Family! Guys, that was a signal!
But, you know, our character, Billy Batson, is so overbearing, his family is just kind of not really around.
That family part, I kind of wish I didn't see it in the ads and trailers 100 times.
Which is why we don't watch trailers.
That is another video because somebody does. It's interesting that you say it was like comedic and lighthearted because it was literally about demons from hell attacking Earth. Like the entire time.
Were they from hell? They were from no, they were from another world that was encased.
The underworld. Literally demons, the powers, the faces, like it's all in the Bible.
You're right, you're right.
It's crazy because it still is like a blended family and kids being adopted and feeling abandoned and
I mean, this
having parents now. So it was just like, this is all going on, but it didn't really click until sometimes I was like, wow, that's a demon. All right.
Were they bald-headed? If you don't know, that's one of Brandi's favorite lines ever in a movie.
You bald-headed demon.
Show some respect, you two.
This film does a great job at balancing heroism with immaturity.
Which you know a lot about.
Heroism with inexperience.
Which you know a lot about. But it makes sense because these are kids. I'm glad that it wasn't like they got powers and all of a sudden they know everything and they're so perfect. I mean, I think that's what our favorite superheroes are, like a Spider-Man. They're just young, they feel responsibility, they want to do good, but they still don't have the life experience yet.
They got to build up to it. So I'm excited for SHAZAM to step into the shoes and becoming the hero that we know he can be. And in this film, he does an all right job. You know, he's not the best fighter, but he's fighting.
I mean, is he really supposed to be a fighter though?
Yes, he's a superhero.
But do you fight always? Or do you protect? And like, does the Flash fight?
Yeah, the Flash does fight.
Like a lot?
Yeah. He has to protect the city, protect the world.
I know, but is he fighting or is he just being fast, preventing things and saving things?
She has a lot to learn about superheroes, guys, but she's on her way.
I don't. I think that not every superhero has to be the best fighter, just like all of them don't have to fly, and they all don't.
Speaking of flying, that's probably one of my only critiques on this film. Like the flying, like if you're gonna fly, one hand, two hand, no hands, make it look cool, you know? And I think it was okay. You know, it wasn't the best flying I've seen, but then again, they are kids and...
Again, I think it's not fair. Not everybody has to be the best flyer. They just got their powers 3 weeks ago.
Is that how long that's been?
I don't know, but the point is you don't know either, so...
Well,
what?
Listen, if I was flying, like, my flying would be swaggy.
In their foster parents' house.
They actually live on the Rock of Eternity. That's their little secret cave. That's where they really stay.
When it comes to have time to practice, where and when do you think they can just fly about unnoticed and practice flying without being a target?
At night?
In the dark?
What do you mean in the dark? Like, the moon is illuminating the earth.
Oh my gosh, never mind.
All right, so Zachary Levi is surrounded by a very diverse cast. Some of the characters, all the characters in the SHAZAM family reprising their roles. They're a little bit older. I really loved seeing the growth. I really enjoy watching characters and people grow on film. That's one of my favorite things. I can like appreciate like, dang man, like I remember when you were a little kid, now you're a teenager.
I agree, but then part of me has to disagree because all the sitcoms I grew up watching, once the kids became older, just everything changed and it wasn't the same. Like Modern Family, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just, it's like Full House. I don't want them to get older.
Oh, you want them to, to be
but
Rugrats?
At least, yes, actually.
Okay, I was gonna ask you who your favorite character was.
I would have to say, outside of Shazam, he is my favorite just because he's cheesy and witty, but it's funny. Darla. Young and old, I thought Megan did really good. She looks bomb as a superhero, so it kind of throws you off because she looks like so bomb and fierce, but she's playing like an 8-year-old, like still childlike, playing with cats. And I don't think she's really playing 8. I don't know how old Darla is supposed to be. I don't know how old anybody's supposed to be.
Time out real quick. Brandi, don't kill me. I just have to say one thing. Yes, Megan did amazing. Her character was very well balanced between being young and being older. But my issue here is Billy Batson and Shazam, the characters were never the same. Billy Batson, very low, monotone, not silly and goofy. Then when he turns to Shazam, he assumes this alter personality, which doesn't exactly match to me. Among the other characters, they kind of like essentially stay the same. So I wanted to know, you know, and this is probably a question we can't answer because I'm not even talking to anybody, I'm talking to myself. Why was that? That right there is throwing me off. Okay, back to the video. I mean, no, Megan Good did a great job because, you know, it's a weird balance. Like if you're gonna act like a kid, some people take too far, and I feel like her balance was like really spot on of, you know, being charismatic and sweet at the same time.
We also didn't get to see a lot of the other siblings as superheroes. Like we saw them, but they didn't have a lot of lines or scenes that gave more character development.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's on purpose or it's coming or it's not about them, it's about Shazam.
I think in the comics, they really dive into the character development of some of those characters. Like Shazam's best friend, he really, you know, we got a lot of him and what he was going through.
Who's his best friend?
His foster brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we know him and we know his backstory and what he goes through.
I like him too. Grazer? What's his real name? Jack Dillon. 2 first names, so.
Do we trust people with 2 first names?
Always. So now to the demon gods.
Okay.
That was a wide range as well.
We got old Hollywood, new Hollywood.
Took my line.
Yes, I did.
So there's somebody that's close to their 20s, somebody in like their 40s, 50s, and Helen is how old?
Gotta be in her 70s or 80s.
77.
I knew it.
And they're all sisters, so that was interesting,
yeah,
the dynamic.
They aged them.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how they can all be sisters, but they're all like 600 plus years old, but they're all so different. Helen, living legend. She did great. I felt like her character fit. Lucy Liu, I feel like it was one note. We didn't get a lot of, not that she can't, she's amazing, but a lot of her scenes were just giving face.
You know, like in films like this, you're acting against a bunch of nothing a lot of times.
That's true. No, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was her performance. I think it was just like, here, fly on this dragon.
How are you supposed to look when you fly on a dragon?
I wanted her to do more than just fly on a dragon.
True. She was on a dragon for a long time.
A long time. Like, and we know she can fight. Charlie's Angels, like, give us some.
You think she can still move the same?
Yeah. Did you see her legs?
I did not look at Lucy Liu's legs.
There was only 20-foot Lucy Liu legs, and you didn't look at them?
There were 20-foot Lucy Liu legs?
What screen did we watch?
Oh, at the movie. I was like, what?
See what I have to deal with.
You know, when I go into a movie, I'm a firm believer in suspending disbelief.
What does that mean?
To me, that means give the film grace. Like, you know what? I'm watching a movie. Of course there's gonna be unicorns that like Skittles. If you're engulfed in the film and it's a great story, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and suspend disbelief. There was clearly a brand deal in this film, and that brand deal was Skittles.
And this is where we disagree, because I have the belief that they wrote a certain mythical character into the script, and it happened to fit the brand. So maybe they were like, hey, Skittles, you want to get on this?
I've never seen this mythical creature before related to Skittles.
Then you don't watch TV because it's in every commercial.
You know, when you do a sequel film, it's hard to follow up. Like, how are you gonna follow up Shazam? He just gave his brothers and sisters powers using the magic scepter from the Rock of Eternity, and then he breaks it. How do you take it and bring it into a second film? And I thought the director, David F. Sandberg, did an incredible job, you know, following up off of this first one. I'm excited to see a part 3 if they do one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep going.
I mean, like Zach, he said he doesn't know what the future of the DCEU is, but he does feel like Shazam should keep going. Whether it's him or if he's not in it again, he believes strongly in this character. It is definitely a fun character. Fun fact, he also said that he almost had the role of Star-Lord.
I could see it.
I can only see him as Shazam.
I feel like him, Chris Pratt, and like a G-rated version of Ryan Reynolds all have the same type of comedy kind of delivery, sarcasm. They're not exactly the same, but like
I agree with that.
they can go in and out of that better than anybody else.
Isn't it dope that we have each of those guys as superheroes?
Yeah, is Deadpool a superhero?
He's an anti-hero.
So Shazam, Zach's character, is named Shazam. What's the name of the first Shazam?
The first Shazam? What do you mean? He is the first Shazam.
The first guy who gave him powers.
Shazam. That you get the powers.
What's his name now?
Grandpa? I don't know.
I'm looking at the credits, and Zach's character, Shazam, with the exclamation point, but he is just Shazam. No exclamation point. So does that mean the exclamation point makes you
the real Shazam now?
Yeah.
You have all the powers.
So we're talking about all of the heroes and the villains, but Jimon Hansu gets an honorable mention because his character went through a lot. And he had a good ending.
He had a good ending. He did have a great ending.
He had a great ending.
I like how they, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, that part. Also, there's a really big surprise in this film.
It's in the trailer.
All of it?
Are we talking about her?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I don't watch trailers.
I don't watch trailers
so
either. But I saw a clip on, I think, Jimmy Fallon or something like that.
Someone shows up, but you guys don't know what she does.
What does? Oh yeah, we don't know which. Yeah.
Oh, it's not for you to answer.
I was trying to think.
Okay, final thoughts.
So my final thoughts on the film were, this was a fun ride, a great follow-up to the first one. I thought it had a good balance of comedy and emotion. And I think that Zachary Levi left a footprint on my heart.
Wow.
My superhero heart.
It's really nice. I agree. I like to think, because we are privileged to go to every movie for free, would I go see this? Would I go pay to see this? And that's what I want to relay to like the audience, everybody else that does have to make that decision. I would go pay to see this. I thought it was fun. I thought it was well-rounded for like a wide audience. You don't have to super know backstory of comics. Like, it has superheroes plus normal people, which that happens all the time. But I'm trying to say like real life struggles of like kids in high school, foster parents, sibling drama, and then it's like superhero stuff on the side. And we don't get that with every superhero movie.
What do you think this means for the future of the DCEU?
Based off of Zach's speech before the movie, we're all gearing up for like a new generation. Not new rebranding, but like
It's a reboot.
a reboot.
I hope he's part of the reboot.
So do I. I don't like that he said, if I didn't continue, because it's like, don't even say that.
Don't tease us.
Yeah, don't act like you may or may not.
Like we already lost Superman and Batman. They're for sure out.
Yeah.
Thank you to Warner Brothers and the market for inviting us to another exclusive red carpet event full of all the actors, a dope activation. I mean, what was your experience on the carpet this time?
My experience was a red carpet river. If you know LA has been flooding, it made it to the carpet. I was very surprised. I do like the Westwood location. They have some of the best after parties we've ever been to, like Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
It.
Yeah.
They're just so good. They're so themed. I don't know what it is about that location, but
It's the marketing department. The marketing department.
No, I mean
Oh,
this
that
location.
location?
Like
Yeah.
they always happen there. It's not the ones on Hollywood Boulevard. Like
Yeah.
you have the opportunity everywhere in
Yeah.
LA to make anything happen. It was a pre-party. I do enjoy having something to do until we get into the theater, but at the same time, I felt really rushed and I didn't have enough time to do everything because it's like the movie has a start time versus an after party, you could go for hours. Yeah. So it was good, but the rain and the flood added another element. But also another thing with a pre-party is when they throw in things from the movie, we don't know what it means yet. Yeah. Versus an after party, it would be more exciting to be like, oh, that's what that is. That's that character. That's what that means.
If it didn't rain, you think we would have had an after party?
I think we could have had an after party with or without rain, just like a pre-party with or without rain. It was raining all day. Let us know if you're gonna check out the film. If you have seen the film, let us know what you think. No spoilers.
I don't know if you guys can see my shirt either, but shout out to Warner Brothers for
SHAZAM!
right on my mic.
Hey, we built this from the dust, now it's up. Always had your back from the jump, now it's you plus sign me equal sign us.